go. Oh yeah. It's the old nigga gang. Here with the last of a dying breed. You ready to get it started, Milky G?
Let's get it started.
All right, here we go. Here we go. Hip hop, a hippity hip. You know what I got on my hip? It's a gun. I'm shooting for fun because I'm with the last of a dying breed.
Last of a dying breed in the house. Every time and they turn it out. Don't say nothing out your mouth. Just listen to the things coming out the house.
I do cocaine on a Sunday. I do weed on a Monday. I eat chicken on a Tuesday night. And I'm fucking your bitch on a Wednesday night.
I fucking your bitch on a Wednesday night. Went outside, had to fight. Had to fight her other boyfriend. You thought you was the only one, but I tell you again. You ain't the one, you ain't the two. I'm the three, and you the fool. All in, I don't know what the fuck we doing. We keeping that.
I actually thought that was pretty funny. I was Your rap was like really some shit.
On the two, on the three.
And the peas was cold.
So I went to school and I played the fool, acting all cool without the Jews. Wanted to follow all the rules. I said, nigga, please don't do. I don't know. We might have bombed that intro.
I actually think that was one of our top intros. After school, I played basketball.
Should we go for another round?
Fuck it.
Hey.
Round two.
Round two.
At the park, I play basketball. I put the ball up in the hoop. Then I do a little move. I call it the shoop-a-doop. The shoop-a-doop. The ball go between my legs and in the hoop. Then I go to get the stove. Get a stogie and get a brew. Pass it to Milky G for the food.
Milky G up on the mic. Riding a bike like a little tyke. Every time I go to the basketball court, niggas want to see what I got on. I said, I was supposed to break it down on this part right here.
Yeah, you definitely supposed to break it down.
Break it down, what the ones and twos. Break it down, what you gonna do. We got an MC, we got a DJ. We got an MC, we got a DJ. You wanna see how we play? Then just come on down.
Now, sexy ladies to the left.
Why them niggas used to be rapping so fast? Niggas just be in the back thinking of a new scenario.
Yeah, out of nowhere. Sexy ladies, now to the left. Grab your breasts and shake them on the floor. Let's get down like you never did before.
Riding around in my Cadillac.
A new scenario every time.
A new scenario every fucking time.
And it get more preposterous as it goes on. I was at the White House talking to the president. He said, you are resident of the United States of America. You got a girl named Erica.
Riding around in my spaceship.
Space Force going do the dip.
Yo, hold on. I just sweated way too much doing that intro.
You're listening to the Last of a Dying Breed podcast with DJ KNYCE, DJ Step 1, and sometimes J-Ack, and probably some other people too.
Go do it. Go do it. Nigga get aggressive out of nowhere. Give me the blunt. Give me the blunt.
Oh, man. Hold on. Fuck that shit so loud for. Yes, sir.
Shout out to the old niggas that definitely broke character.
Shout out to we were supposed to follow that all the way through.
Yeah.
And I'm an old nigga, and whenever I ain't being old,
yeah,
I'm listening to the Last of a Dying Breed podcast.
What was the reason for the noises?
Nigga, that was the ad-libs back then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess it was like nigga be in the back. Ho 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 ha. Yeah.
Like,
Dippity-doo-dop-dee-bop-bop.
yo, we should do a documentary on the evolution of the ad-lib. How it went from that to Gucci Man eventually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Jeezy's, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Jeezy. I don't know.
What the fuck is we talking about? Welcome to episode 71 of the Last of a Dying Breed podcast. All right. Welcome back, motherfuckers. I'd like to thank y'all very much for fucking with us, okay? You could have been anywhere in the world listening to any podcast, but you're right here with us, okay? Each and every Wednesday, it goes down. Make sure you follow us at the Low B Podcast on Instagram and on Twitter, at DJ KNYCE with a Y on Instagram and Twitter, at DJ Step1 ONE on Instagram and Twitter, at SK Creative Studio, and at My Morning Breath, all right? Make sure you check out that Morning Breath podcast, coming to you 2 times a week, all right?
Boats and hoes, nigga.
Somewhere between like Mondays and Fridays or Tuesdays and Fridays. But, you know, big shout out to everybody that's been giving me a lot of feedback on that. A whole lot of positive feedback on the Morning Breath podcast. So, you know, we're going to still be bringing that content your way. Big shout out to the ladies of Boss Code as well. We did that crossover episode with them. We actually put that up on our podcast page yesterday. Been getting a whole lot of great feedback on that as well. And I did see that we got an extra comment, well, a new comment today on the podcast. All right.
Yeah, definitely got a new comment. If you haven't commented yet, make sure you comment. And as usual, make sure you put this in your IG stories or on your feed. I am a proponent of the feed, but the story will do. Anything, shout us out, get your friends hip, you know, walk down the street. Shout out to my cousin Mike, man. He been putting in work.
Yeah, big shout out to Mike, all right? Big shout out to Wifey 08. She left a comment. These 2 dudes have the best podcast in Cleveland, and it ain't even close, bruh.
Boats and hoes.
It ain't even close. She put the ain't even close in caps, too.
Yeah.
All right, big shout out to Wifey 08. Thank you so much for listening. As always, if you leave a comment, we definitely going to shout you out and read the comment. We got a whole lot of shit.
When we making that announcement?
When we making the announcement?
Yeah.
I'm going to say let's wait till next week to make the announcement.
Boom.
We got something coming y'all way, though. September. Faux show.
Yep.
We heard y'all loud and clear. So we definitely got something coming y'all way, all right?
Oh, and the listeners getting a dick pic from us.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen.
Even the males.
Right?
Compare yourself.
Now, so expect an announcement in episode 72. All right. Did I miss anything?
No, you hit it out the park.
Hit it out the
park. You went do it and do it. You hit it out the park.
All right, we done yelling in your ears, I promise, for the whole episode. All right, like I said, we got a whole lot we got to get into.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's go ahead and get into some life updates. You could go because you had
go first.
Yeah, you always you had a hell of a life update though.
Yeah. So my life update, as you know, last week I said I was going to Boston, and I went to Boston. I went to Boston by myself. First solo trip ever. Let's talk about solo trips for a second. Solo trips are therapeutic. I don't think it's ideal. I definitely think if you have the right travel partner, going on a trip with somebody that you know or somebody that you real cool with is the best. But this was great because I got to do everything I wanted to do, and there was nobody there to stop me or nobody to drag me around or drag me down. Interesting. I stayed in a hostel. Worst fucking idea I ever had. That was not smart at all. The first night.
Why?
Well, one is because you staying with 6 different people.
Okay. One room?
In one room. It's 6 bunks. It's like prison, but comfortable.
Did they stink?
No.
Okay.
But it was an old Asian lady in there, and she woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and started packing her stuff. I don't know how much fucking plastic she had in her suitcase, but it was enough to make me be like, yo, I'll never do this shit again. But the main thing is this. It was an obstacle. So my first instinct was, when I got in the room and seen everything, was to automatically be like, yo, can't stay here tonight, cancel, and then, you know, get a real hotel. But I'm like, you know what? You have to get used to being uncomfortable in certain situations, especially if this podcast go where it's gonna go. Like, we might have to stay, like, yo, promoter, like, yo, y'all gotta stay at my house. There's kids running around or some shit like that. Like, you know, we might not be able to stay in a nice plush hotel. So I stayed there. I roughed it out. It was great. I walked the Freedom Trail. So
what the hell?
Yeah, you got hit with a virus. I walked the Freedom Trail. Very interesting. Boston is a historical city. The way I describe Boston is like the stepson of New York. So if they say like Philly is the little brother of New York, Boston is the stepson because Boston is big, but it's not as big as New York. It's more blue collar and it's more historic.
Okay.
Than New York.
Okay.
And it sleeps. So, but it still got the same structure of an East Coast city. I got a lot, so I'm trying to
keep
brush
going.
through it.
You
Yeah.
good.
So, I did the Freedom Trail. It was good to see some of the historic stuff that built this country. I know sometimes we rail on this country, but I don't. Till I travel somewhere else, I don't know if it's another country I would rather live at right now.
Okay.
The only thing is that I wish sometimes in this country we kept stuff sacred, because there was a part on the Freedom Trail where it was like the old corner bookstore, and it was no longer there. It was just a landmark, and it was replaced with a
Starbucks.
No, it was a Chipotle. But it's like, this is supposed to be sacred to America. It's the
Right.
one of the first bookstores in the country. Keep it.
And they put a fucking Chipotle there?
Yeah, Chipotle. It's
Wow.
a Chipotle. And then yeah, it was like, what the fuck is going on?
Y'all couldn't figure out nothing better?
Yeah, I end up like walking around like crazy that
Okay.
first night. Like I end up walking around every fucking where.
Did you experience any racism?
No, not at all.
Okay. Were people friendly?
Yeah, definitely. I ended up talking to this lady. Ended up talking to me for like an hour about Boston spots.
Boston spots?
Yeah, Boston spots.
Boston.
So, my next thing, I went to Harvard, and it's interesting because I'm going to Boston. The other niggas going to Miami and shit. So I went to Boston. I went to Harvard. Walked around. Definitely, you can feel the intellectualism in the air.
Okay.
Somebody came up to me. It was a Chinese dude, and he was like, "How many languages do you speak?"
What?
Yeah, I'm like, one.
One?
Yeah, I speak one. Oh, okay. And then he walked and he went over by his friends and they started laughing. I'm like, they think I'm there on some like fucking affirmative action type shit.
Hell yeah.
Like this nigga got in because he.
Bruh,
he
this
black.
nigga probably went over there like, he only speaks one language.
We speak 7.
Can you imagine the level of jokes, the intellectual jokes that niggas tell at Harvard?
Yeah. It was you could definitely see like the historicalness of the campus. Like it kind of looks like how John Carroll is old. It's similar to that, like a lot of brick roads, a lot of just history on the campus, a lot of Asian people, to be honest with you. Probably that's what I saw the most. I will say this, and this is something that's important, and this is something to the black people that's listening. At a certain point, when you have kids, I'm not saying this for you, like I'm not saying this for like everybody, but when you have kids, stop taking them once they get to like preteen and teenage. Stop taking them to Florida, or stop taking them I'm being serious.
I be seeing people taking their kids to Vegas,
Yeah.
bro. I literally like, that's not the place for a kid to be.
Yeah, like stop taking them to Cancun, or stop basically using your kid as your companion. Take them to Harvard, because what I saw was a lot of families there touring campus with kids that weren't eligible to get into Harvard yet, but showing them
What it look like, setting a standard
yeah,
for 'em.
setting a standard for them. So I understand taking your kid to Disneyland and Disney World and all the other fun stops, but like stop. We sometimes try to force our kids to do adult shit early, and it's like, well, if you're gonna force them to do that, let them learn and let them be in an environment where learning. Let them know that Harvard is achievable, because the thing that I got out of Harvard, I did 2 museums, so I walked around like the museums and stuff, and it was just crazy because it was amazing, but I realized how limited we are as a people because, it's crazy when I say this, I noticed that when I went into an exhibit that was nothing but rocks, and I thought for myself for a second, like, somebody's an archaeologist that's basically just doing nothing but researching rocks. And if you tell like a young black person that, I ain't no money in that, well, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. Well, we talk about that all the time. Black people only want to do a few things.
Yeah.
Be a rapper, be a sports player, model, or DJ.
Yeah, business promoter.
Yeah.
So like when you get into an environment, well, this person studies rocks for a living, or this person studies flowers for a living, and this person, the reason why they study flowers because that can lead to natural herbs and medicine, and figuring out how to cure certain stuff and really help the society of the world as a whole.
But that's how it be on when you watch HGTV.
Yeah.
You be like, she studies flowers for a living, and he's a natural beekeeper.
Yeah, and he be like,
Their budget is $5 million.
exactly. Because the money isn't solving somebody's problem. So the thing is, like, when I was in those museums and I was looking around, and I'm like, damn, I'm like the only nigga here. And it's like, you know, other people's looking at these rocks and they showing the kids, they showing like, yo, this is this rock, this rock, this rock. And I'm like, damn. In my head, I'm like, I wish I had somebody to show this to. But if I was to have a kid, that's where I would take him. I would take him to Harvard. I wouldn't just take him to Disneyland and Disney World.
The big thing with children is exposure.
Yeah.
Just letting them see it, bro. That alone will change your mind. And I kind of realized that, like, when my cousin came and stayed with me or whatever, I taught him how to make beats. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know nothing about it. He didn't even know what a bar was. You know what I'm saying? But I showed him how to make beats. And I just realized, like, yo, how many other kids could do this if they had access to this equipment. You know what I'm saying? If they were actually sat down in front of this equipment and somebody actually explained it to them. You know what I'm saying? So the big thing with kids is simply that exposure. Like, you might have a child who would be the greatest rockyologist, whatever the fuck you call them, archaeologists ever in the world, but they were never exposed to that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, so that's why exposure is so important. Like, and not just exposing your kid to just fun things, but also like educational things. Like, we used to take classes at the art museum. You know what I'm saying? In the summertime, they would be like twice a week, you know what I'm saying, for the whole summer, but we would learn about art and stuff. I know for a fact that's led to my love of art, you know what I'm saying, and artistic things later in life.
Exactly.
And it's been something that served me well.
Yeah, exactly. That shit is important. So then after that, like, Boston got like a lot of good seafood because it's right there on the harbor. So I had some seafood.
You had a lobster roll?
Yeah, I definitely had a lobster roll.
How was it?
It was good. I had better lobster rolls here, but the lobster was fresh there.
Fresh as fuck, I bet.
Yeah, like they just killed that motherfucker.
A lot of times, though, places like that rely on the freshness.
Yeah, definitely rely on the freshness.
Sprinkle a little salt. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So that was cool. That was dope. But this was the second most important part of, and I guess this is kind of like a metaphor for my life. And this was a post I ended up doing, and it sounded weird because I really wanted somebody to capture this moment. I had walked around so much. I had started writing an article on Harvard campus because I was like, yo, it would be dope to write an article on Harvard campus. So even though you're sitting down, you're still using your intellectual muscles. You're still moving. You're still in some type of movement or some type of exercise or work. So after I ate the lobster for the second time, like, it was like a fisherman's platter, and it had like, actually didn't have any lobster, but it had like clam and fish and stuff like that. After I ate that, I decided, like, yo, I'm about to go walk back to the hostel because I got to go leave in the morning. And I start walking. I just got fucking, like, physically tired. Not tired, like, from exhaustion, but just, like, my legs was hurting and my arms was hurting. And it was like my brain was hurting. So I just sat down at this, like, pier. And I just started people watching.
Okay.
So I just kind of put down my phone. And I just started people watching. And then I just started watching people walking by, and it was like couples walking by, and then it was somebody like walking the dog. And then, to be honest with you, a fucking seagull decided to gangster me for the rest of my food. I couldn't really do shit. But I was just watching like the birds flying, and it was like, yo, you stopped. You stopped moving. And it's like, you've never been in a position where you stop moving. Like, you're constantly moving. Like, you're constantly at work, or you're constantly writing an article, or you're constantly DJing, or you're constantly grinding on something, or you're constantly trying to take care of somebody, or you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm constantly doing something. And it was to the point where I was so mentally and physically exhausted that the only thing I could do was just rest.
Was that the picture you took about being at peace?
Yeah. And then when I rest, I was like, I'm real peaceful. I wasn't thinking about none of my problems or nothing. I was just watching what was going around. I was just, I guess, just taking in life and just seeing people, and it was just like a powerful ass moment.
Oh, that's dope.
So when I approached the girl, I'm like, yo, can you take this picture? Because I don't want to forget the moment that I had some peace. Where I felt like I really had some peace. Like, I didn't have to worry about shit. I was just on that pier in peace.
It's funny because, so, we talk about the angel numbers all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I've been seeing?
What?
Like crazy, bro. 666.
Oh, damn.
I've been seeing 666 like crazy, but it's not as bad as you think. You know,
I know
what I'm
it's
saying?
just you focus on the money.
You focused on the wrong thing, and you need to really take time to reassess. You know what I'm saying, and really get back in line. And I kind of knew what that was. It's more or less being anxious about the next move, and what I'm saying, what I'm gonna do next, and all of that stuff. But one of the things that I actually read about actually seeing 666 a lot is like learning to live in the moment. You know what I'm saying, really being present in the moment, and that's something I have a true problem with because I live so much inside of my head. Like you said, it's like I'm always working on the next move, always thinking about what I got to do next, how I could be better, how I could take it up to the next level. Like, and you never really get a chance to like truly rest. Like even on the day, like, so even just working for myself, I tend to feel guilty at like 4 or 5 o'clock when I want to crash. Like I just need a fucking nap. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's just 30 minutes or so. But I said I'm gonna stop doing that to myself because I'm literally mentally taxing myself all day. You know what I'm saying? Get up, record the morning breath, make sure it's edited. You know what I'm saying? Make sure it's posted across all of our brands. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, like today I had another extra podcast to edit and get up. You know what I'm saying? Then we got to record this. Got to wake up early tomorrow, edit and get that up so that it's in by, you know what I'm saying? So it's like constantly moving and then repeat. You know what I'm saying? Move, then repeat, move, then repeat, move, then repeat. And so, no, I definitely feel that. Like, because them moments, especially as a black man, I saw something. It was Mahershala Ali. He was saying, as a black man, we walk around constantly on defense. We don't get the benefit of being able to make offensive moves. We never get the benefit of making offensive moves. We're constantly, we have to connect. I mean, we have to calculate every simple step that we make because every simple step can be intercepted. You know what I'm saying? Or interrupted. So we walk around constantly on defense, and I am a firm believer in that. I definitely agree with that shit. Yeah,
so that was pretty much like, it was just a peaceful moment. And then today, real quick, today I fucking decided to be a good Samaritan, right? I've been seeing these stray dogs in the hood, so I saw a stray dog walk across the street, and I was eating my tuna wrap, and I'm like, man, fuck, man, I'm gonna get this dog the other half of my tuna wrap. I'm gonna do something nice. So I'm like, dog, yo, dog. And I throw the tuna wrap on the ground, right? And like, I'm like, come here.
That nigga probably looked at that shit and was like, fuck this.
No, he looked at the tuna wrap, right? And then he looked at me, and then he just started pissing. Like, I don't want that shit. Fuck you, nigga.
No good deed goes unpunished.
Yeah. He just lifted his leg and just started pissing.
That is funny as shit. So he ain't eat it?
I don't know. I left. I was like, I don't got time for this shit. I gotta go back to work.
That nigga said, I ain't gotta take this shit.
Man, fuck you, nigga.
Fuck you, dog. That's why you homeless.
Yeah. That's why you limping.
Stupid ass dog. Fuck that dog. He peed on you though.
Yeah,
literally.
He literally just lifted his leg and was like, fucking nigger.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Hey, even the dogs is racist now. What the fuck? Like, bruh, that's like seeing one of them dudes on the corner. You ran into a white dog. Anytime I see like a white man on the corner talking about he homeless, I'm like, bruh, nah.
You're not really homeless.
You're not.
You ever
It's motherfucking America, bruh. You're at the top of the food chain. If you homeless, you a motherfucking loser and you deserve to be homeless, my nigga. Fuck out of here.
You ever seen the trailer for this movie called White Dog?
No. I remember a rapper back in the day called White Dog, though.
I don't remember White Dog, the rapper, but it was a movie.
No, White Dog is a horror movie, ain't it? The dog crazy as shit or something?
Well, you thinking of Cujo, but White Dog is a dog that hate niggas.
That's what it is, yeah. White Dog.
Yeah, check out the trailer for White Dog. I'm dead serious. It's like White Dog.
Yeah, it definitely is serious, yeah.
This
White
nigga,
Dog.
he hates niggas. His owner trained him to hate niggas, and he hates them.
White Dog.
Yeah,
that
White
is
Dog.
funny as shit. On the life update side for me, still working on some moves, to be announced. But I also spun out in Pittsburgh over the weekend. That was an interesting experience. One thing I can say, big shout out to Pittsburgh, is they definitely show up early as fuck. They show up early as fuck, and they dance to a wide range of music. But it's always funny. It'd be the same shit from every city to city, bruh. Promoters are promoters.
Yeah, that shit don't change.
Like, dude, I realized something as a DJ. Your performance as a DJ when working for a promoter isn't judged by the promoter. It's judged by the girls that he wants to fuck in the party.
Okay.
All right? Or the girl that he wants to fuck that night. So no matter what you could have people on the dance floor. Now, I'm not saying this happened in Pittsburgh.
What?
But you can have people on the dance floor, and they might be dancing to some older school shit because they was like really resonating with, you know what I'm saying? Like touch me, tease me, crush on you, playing some go-go, playing some, you know what I'm saying, old dance hall and shit. And then you got the promoter like, yo, the girls said they want to hear Megan Thee Stallion.
Yeah, nah, that's the girl that you want to fuck.
It'd be like, who's the girls? Because all the girls is on the dance floor right now. Oh, them two over on the side right now with their hands crossed that you was just talking to. So, no, that's one of the things that I realized.
Actually, man, that is very true.
You're judged. Your performance is judged by the female that the promoter wants to fuck that night, or the group of females that came with the girl that the promoter wants to fuck that night. He don't give a damn what you playing.
That's crazy. That just like lit a light bulb in my head because I've never thought about that. Because I always used to say it was always a group of girls.
Yep.
That would go to the promoter and complain, and that's where you was judged by.
Yep. He'll literally come to you and be like, "They not feeling this." And you'll be like, who is they? Niggas is on the dance floor.
Yeah, like what you want me to do?
But the problem with that is what promoters don't feel that energy shift that you get to feel by standing over the crowd. People want to hear new shit at a certain point in the night. I get it. But the music that comes out now does not move people like the music from back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So you see that energy drop. You know what I'm saying? People might still be on the dance floor, but they won't be moving. You know what I'm saying? They won't really be dancing. They're just there kind of, listening to the song because they feel like this is what they're supposed to hear when they're in the club. But I never really understood that. Why do you want to hear what you hear all day on the fucking radio when you go to the club?
Well, here go the interesting part. When I used to DJ, right? If I play anything older, after a while, that became my reputation. Of like, yo, he be playing that old shit.
Yeah.
So then
niggas love to try to pigeonhole a nigga into being an old school DJ.
Yeah, so like it'd be like, okay. So I would get like, yo, play some new shit. So then you would play some new shit, and it's not really new. It's because you can't play any like really new shit that just came out because nobody's gonna move to it.
Right.
So as a DJ, it's kind of fucked up. You in this like real catch-22 because it's like, y'all motherfuckers keep talking about y'all want this shit. Really, all y'all want is 5 songs.
Y'all really only want 5 songs. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I've learned. Like, so whenever a promoter comes to me like, yo, play some new shit, I'll play like 3-4 songs in a row and go back to what I know. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care. It will have to be, we 37. So you're not about to throw on nothing like Mo Bamba or Finito.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And get the crowd going absolutely nuts. Like, and that'd be another thing, like, bro, you got to kind of know your crowd. Like, niggas is here to vibe. Niggas ain't here to turn up.
Exactly.
If you got niggas dancing, period, you're doing a good fucking job. So I would just definitely say, like, yo, promoters,
stop being stupid.
Not only that, if you hire a motherfucker, trust in his ability. Don't hire him and try to coach him at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is this, like, and this is if you take offense to it, I'm sorry. Promoters are really some of the, like, most fucking stupid people when it comes to parties ever. You get what I'm saying?
Especially for it to be their business.
Yeah, like,
the business that they deal in.
If you think about the best promoters in the city, or in any city you're at, if you're a DJ, they don't say a fucking word to you. They just, you fucked up, you're not getting hired no more.
You're not getting hired no more. And that's going to be that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, like, even, shout out to, like, Latif from Schoolhouse. Nigga, if I'm DJing a party for Latif, or I was DJing a party,
it's not going to bother you.
Yeah, they don't say shit to me.
It's not going to say shit to you, bro.
Just like, they moving, they rocking? Okay.
Bet. Duly noted for the next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Oh, you coming back. Oh, they not moving?
But nigga, by promoter logic, nigga, you can have 600 people on the floor. If the girl that he wants to fuck that night was not fucking with you,
yeah,
you're not getting hired again, my nigga.
Yeah, because that would be the thing.
All it would take is her to be in the car on the way home, like, that DJ was whack. They're not gonna hire you. Yeah. And once again, you find yourself competing with titties in the lower price.
Well, here are the thing too, and then here are an interesting part. Since this is like DJ Kick Month, but it's always weak too when you DJing another DJ's night, and the girls there are like super loyal to that DJ.
Oh yeah, they'll purposely not move.
Yeah, they'll be like, I mean, he good, but damn.
They'll glue his back to the wall. They'll glue their back to the wall. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll do some fuck shit like tweet him.
Yeah.
You know
Where
what I'm saying?
you at?
Where you at? This DJ ain't rocking. Why Blank ain't here?
It'd be like that, dog. To get him to move, you gotta do like that 5 heartbeat scene.
What's that?
You remember the 5 heartbeats when the girl, she came there with Bird in them and she wasn't supposed to move, and then he had to come up there and sing in her face, and she started moving.
No, that's
crazy.
a perfect scenario, bruh.
Yeah.
Like nigga literally give her express instructions. Don't let me catch you vibing to these
don't
niggas
dance.
shit, bruh. You better not even nod a motherfucking head, ho.
You better not dance at all, bitch.
Better not even nod a motherfucking head, bitch. You know how the 70 niggas love to put on that. That real smooth talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. One thing's for certain, 2 things for sure. When we go in here, I better not see you even tap a motherfucking toe in this motherfucker, all right?
Why? I wonder what our dialect is going to be, how people are going to make fun of our dialect. Because how we did the 80s with the, and then, the 70s with the smooth nigga shit. Like, I wonder what our shit is going to be.
Let me tell you one thing, Joanna, all right? One motherfucking thing, okay? You're going to come down here and you're going to rub them 2 dimes together and you're going to make a quarter out of that shit. It'll be always some shit like that.
Like,
what?
Yeah. How is she supposed to do that? Is she supposed to know magic?
You're going to come down here and you're going to make $1 out of 15 cents. That's one mother thing. Yeah, whatever. Anyway,
We get what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying.
You did a good job.
You get where I'm going with this, okay? Took it too far. That's like when a DJ whenever a DJ start bringing a record back, he always bring it back one too many times, bruh.
Real talk, to be honest with you, one time is too many times.
One time is too many times.
Because you literally see the crowd go from like,
Yup.
yep, to, here this nigga go.
No, literally, every time you bring a record back, the crowd loses a little bit of energy, bruh.
Yeah.
Don't bring records back, bruh. It gotta be a fucking monster smash.
Yeah.
And you gotta have an MC to bring
Yeah.
that bitch back, bruh.
The MC will tell you to bring some shit back that don't even need to be brought
Like, no,
back.
bruh, no.
I'm not bringing
Like,
back nothing if you buck.
Bring that shit back, bruh. Bring that shit. No, nigga, we 20 seconds away from that point in the record. Nah, I'm not bringing it back.
Shit, bring that shit back.
I'm in my cool whip inside Jello. Nigga be halfway through the first verse.
Yeah.
Nigga be like, hey, yo, bring that shit back from the
Bring that
top,
shit back.
nigga.
I know y'all ready to rock because I'm here, nigga. Host.
Yo, let's go ahead and get into some motherfucking Netflix picks. You want to go first?
Yeah, so pretty much my Netflix pick is a media pick because it's not on Netflix yet, but you can definitely buy it like I did. That is Avengers Endgame. Boom. Yes, that is probably honestly one of the best third acts. I was talking to shout out to Watts, rapping ass Watts, better known as Watts, but we was talking about this on the way over. The third act of Avengers Endgame is possibly one of the best third acts in movie history.
Okay.
So that's the whole, for those that don't know what a third act is, that's after the conflict. The conflict was they need to figure out how to get the how to get the Infinity Stones. They got the Infinity Stones back, snapped his fingers, brought everybody back. That whole fight scene, war scene, when everybody came back, that shit was a fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. So that's it. Avengers Endgame. I mean,
that's
everybody know. Everybody's seen that. My Netflix pick is actually courtesy of Amazon Prime Video. Who Netflix, they are on your ass, all right? It's going to be very interesting to see what Amazon does with their originals. But The Boys, it's Seth Rogen and what's the Bill Hader?
Is that Bill Hader?
Yeah, I think Bill
On
Hader.
Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, yeah. Funny head shaped white dude.
Yeah, he look like this.
Yeah. A movie, well, not a movie, it's actually a series about superheroes.
Okay.
All right? And basically, so imagine the city of Cleveland being assigned a superhero to protect us. All right? Being as Cleveland is a top 30 market, we might end up with a top 30 superhero.
Sweet.
You know what I'm saying? But let's say you're a superhero and you fuck up. You do some fucked up shit. Like one of the superheroes, they actually sent to Sandusky because he did some fucked up shit. A place where there's no crime, there's no action, no nothing. But it's also about, there's this underlying villain, which is Vault, which is the company that actually manages these superheroes. All right, they call them soups, and they the ones who negotiate the contracts for these municipalities and shit. So one of the dudes was I think his name might have been like Nubian Prince or something.
Okay.
Or whatever. And she went to Baltimore. Like, yo, with what y'all got going on in y'all city and this and that and this and that, you guys need a superhero with these qualifications and this type of, spotlight on them and yada, yada, yada. We can offer you Nubian Prince. He does boom, 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 yada, 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 all this other shit. They like, how much? She like $300 million a year.
Hot damn.
Right. They signing these niggas like fucking athletes, bigger than athletes for real. So she like 300 million. He like, nah, I can't do that. She like, yo, I think you need to take this deal because we got Atlanta knocking on our door for Nubian Prince. We got boom, 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 yada, yada, yada. So that's kind of how I set up. Now, the real conflict in the story is the fact that these superheroes are actually still human. So they fuck up and they are fucked up. You know what I'm saying? For several reasons. So they might make a mistake that ends up in 20, 30 people being dead.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In the midst of a battle. It was interesting because that's something I've always watched Marvel movies and Avengers movies, just movies, period, and always looked at the collateral damage that's not given even a second thought.
Well, they kind of addressed it in Civil War.
Yeah, they actually do address it in Civil War with the Accords and all of that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, so they actually do. But when you watch superhero movies, just think about what those buildings falling. Bro, those would be thousands of people in those buildings. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, getting fucked up. Or a whole structure is falling over and Spider-Man swooping in and grabbing one person. What about the other 500 that's behind him running too? Like,
sticking his middle finger up like, right, fuck you,
y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it would be shit like that. Like one particular scene was these terrorists had taken over a plane. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so they, they fly onto the plane. It's basically like Superman and Wonder Woman. You know what I'm saying? These soups are very familiar to other soups that we know. You know what I'm saying? And I think obviously they purposely did that. But I think they're kind of like superimposing what they believe certain superheroes' weaknesses and shit would be. Okay. Like the one nigga is basically a rapist. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of Me Too undertones and that type of shit for inappropriate behavior. But basically Superman and Wonder Woman come on this plane where they have these terrorists jacking the plane up. They fuck the first wave of them up. They go up to the cockpit where the pilot is. He turns on his laser I-beam shit and not only hits the fucking one of the terrorists, but also like hits the control panel on the plane. You know what I'm saying? And I think once he hit one of the terrorists, the other terrorists like shot the pilot. Okay. So nobody can fly the plane. So Superman, actually they call him Homelander. Okay. His whole thing is being patriotic and all that shit. He basically says to Queen Maeve, who's basically like Wonder Woman, like, yo, we about to get the fuck off this plane. You know what I'm saying? She like, there's no way we can stop it. He's like, no, there's no way we can stop this or whatever. She's like, well, what about can we fly the people down individual? He like, no, there's no way. That's fucking impossible. Like, I'm gonna have to make 150 trips back up here. Like, I'm not doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? We about to get the fuck off this plane. You know what I'm saying? So
is this part meant to be funny?
No, but it's fun. Yo, the show is fucked up, by the way. Let me mention to you that it's very gory. There are some funny parts in it, but it's some fucked up shit going on in the show, bro. So walk back through the plane. Everybody like, are you leaving us? He's like, no, we're not leaving. We're not leaving. We're just gonna go check on something on the outside. So they keep on walking. People like, no, he's leaving. This nigga turn around, turn on his lasers in his eyes, like, get the fuck back. Like, I'm about to get off this fucking plane. So it's these little girls. They're like, please, no, Queen Maeve, like, please take us with you. She's like, can we at least save them? He like, what? And for them to tell everybody else what happened when they get to the ground? Like, no, everybody gotta die. I'm out. Boom.
Damn. I'm about to watch that shit.
Yeah, it's good. My Netflix pick, The Boys, on Amazon Prime. Make sure you check that out.
Is it an hour or 30 minutes?
It's like 40 minutes, but it feels like an hour. Okay. For real. It definitely feels like an hour. And if you ever watch any of the Netflix picks that we actually mentioned on the show too, feel free to engage with us on social media. Talk to us about that shit, because obviously we love our streaming shows. All right?
Yep, definitely.
All right. So Manifesto of a Madman. Okay. We got two actually lighter topics that we're going to get into, but we're going to end the show that way. But unless you've been living under a rock, you know about the 249th and 250th mass shooting this year in America.
Jesus.
30 days a month. We had about a shooting a day.
Hot damn.
Like a mass shooting in a day. We are about on pace to have about 350 to 400 mass shootings this year alone in the United States. So there was the shooting in El Paso. That one happened first. And then there was the mass shooting at a nightclub in Dayton. Well, in true psycho white boy fashion. All right. Word to Timothy McVeigh. Word to Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber.
Yeah.
The El Paso shooter left a manifesto. It's all signs point to this being the actual manifesto. We had to do a little bit of searching to find this manifesto. Ended up finding it on what looks like to be a right-wing church site.
Yeah.
Like a church, yeah. And I'm kind of looking through the comments and the people. Yeah, it's definitely right wing. Definitely right wing. Looks like a right wing faith based evangelical group, sort of.
Yeah, them motherfuckers be nuts.
They be nuts, right? So they posted this whole manifesto. We're not gonna read the whole thing to you
because it's long.
Because it's long as shit. But not as long as some people's manifestos. But it's pretty long. Now it was funny because we were talking earlier. I'm like, yo, is manifesto ever used in a like good context? Like, do niggas ever use leave good manifestos?
Yeah.
Like, I'm about to do all the good in the world, my nigga. Here's the definition of a manifesto. A manifesto is a published declaration of the intentions, motives, or views of the issuer, be it an individual, group, political party, or government. All right. So here's the El Paso shooter's manifesto. He opens it up with, in general, I support the Christchurch shooter and his manifesto. Christchurch shooter being the one who ran into the black church, correct?
Dylan Roof.
Yeah,
or
Dylan Roof. All right. This attack is a response to the Hispanic invasion of Texas. They are the instigators, not me. I am simply defending my country from cultural and ethnic replacement brought on by an invasion. Who uses the term invasion?
Donald Trump.
Yes, sir. Some people will think this statement is hypocritical because of the nearly complete ethnic and cultural destruction brought to the Native Americans by our European ancestors. But this just reinforces my point. The natives didn't take the invasion of Europeans seriously, and now what's left is just a shadow of what was. That's a fact right there. My motives for this attack are not personal at all. Are not at all personal. Actually, the Hispanic community was not my target before I read The Great Replacement. Who you think his target was?
Niggas,
bruh. This manifesto will cover the political and economic reasons behind the attack, my gear, my expectations of what response this will generate, and my personal motivations and thoughts. Now, you have to understand, psychological impact is one of the main reasons for a terrorist attack. Mm-hmm. Physical impact, yes, but the psychological impact lasts much greater and much longer than the physical impact.
Think about 9/11.
Think about 9/11.
Think about the fact that we created a whole agency because of 9/11, TSA.
Literally, bruh. Think about the fact that you didn't have to take off your shoes or have your bags checked all like that to get into planes before 9/11.
I never flew before 9/11, but I'm imagine that the process was much faster.
So a terrorist attack is simply to disrupt a society's way of life.
Yes.
That's why it's called a terrorist attack. So for him to put in here in this opening paragraph, this manifesto will cover the political and economic reasons behind the attack, my gear, my expectations of what response this will generate, and my personal motivations and thoughts. All right. Terrorism at its core, clearly a hate crime. Okay. His political reasons. In short, America is rotting from the inside out, and peaceful means to stop this seem to be nearly impossible. The inconvenient truth is that our leaders, both Democrat and Republican, have been failing us for decades. They are either complacent or involved in one of the biggest betrayals of the American public in our history. The takeover of the United States government by unchecked corporations. I could write a 10-page essay on all the damage these corporations have caused, but here's what is important. Due to the death of the baby boomers, the increasingly immigrant rhetoric of the right and the ever-increasing Hispanic population, America will soon become a one-party state. The Democrat Party will own America, and they know it. They have already begun the transition by pandering heavily to the Hispanic voting bloc in the first Democratic debate. They intend to use open borders, free health care for illegals, citizenship, and more to enact a political coup by importing and then legalizing millions of new voters. That's literally how they look at this shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're importing new voters. Okay? With policies like these, the Hispanic support for Democrats will likely become nearly unanimous in the future. The heavy Hispanic population in Texas will make us a Democrat stronghold. Losing Texas and a few other states with heavy Hispanic population to the Democrats is all it would take for them to win nearly every presidential election. Although the Republican Party is also terrible, many factions within the Republican Party are pro-corporation. Pro-corporation equal pro-immigration. But some factions within the Republican Party don't prioritize corporations over our future. So the Democrats are nearly unanimous with their support of immigration, while the Republicans are divided over it. At least with the Republicans, the process of mass immigration and citizenship can be greatly reduced. What you think?
So here the thing we keep rehashing all this shit like about immigration and shit like that. Like immigration is not as bad as people make it out to be.
No, it's definitely not.
And then the thing is like this, I actually ran into a dude in Boston and he was like, "What you think about the president?" And I'm like, "I'm not a fan." It was a black dude and I could tell he was like a fan of the president. Okay. And then he kind of hit me, "But you know what, them Hispanics is taking the jobs from black people." Like, man, look, y'all niggas is not trying. Nobody's trying to do the jobs that the Hispanic people are doing. Nobody. Like you have to be serious with yourself.
Somebody said you could give a nigga a job laying down and he'd get up and quit. Y'all ain't trying to work. Y'all are not trying to work like the tribe of Issachar. Okay, y'all are not trying to work like Mexicans. Okay, they are literally described in the Bible as like a mule.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Very, very hardworking and very, very dependable. That ain't niggas.
So, but like this dude, all this shit, like all this is like presidential rhetoric, right-wing rhetoric. And like I was telling you earlier, like the thing with all these shootings is, if you think about it, they become ramped up, honestly, since the internet has become more popular. Because now you have a group of people that's in the echo chamber and they're only getting the information that they want to hear. So if you think
bubble.
Yeah, so if you think about the group think that he's influenced by, he's influenced by the president, clearly, but he's also influenced by probably social media, and you know social media is getting like down and dirty. He's probably on 4chan message boards.
Yeah, I was about to say a dude like this is more message boardy, so he's live leaking, he's 8channing, you know what I'm saying, doing all that type of shit.
Definitely on Reddit, on some, like some Nazi shit like that, and if you feel like it's an invasion and you take that shit out, at one point the internet is going to, this is not to blame it on mental illness, but at one point you have to realize the internet is fucking with people's mental. So something gonna have to give.
Something gonna have to give. All right, so after political reasons, he outlines economic reasons, which I'm not gonna go into. All right, but then after that, he actually goes into the gear. Okay, and he has these like bullet pointed. Okay, gear. I want to read this, and you got to kind of stick with it, but this shows how diabolical in that his mission was to kill. Says a main gun, AK-47 Wasser 10. I realized pretty quickly that this isn't a great choice since it's the civilian version of the AK-47. It's not designed to shoot rounds quickly, so it overheats massively at about 100 shots fired in quick succession. I'll have to use a heat-resistant glove to get around this. 8mm by 3 bullet. This bullet, unlike pretty much any other 7.62 by 39 bullet, actually fragments like a pistol hollow point when shot out of an AK-47 at the cost of penetration. Basically, it's not going to penetrate. It's going to explode when it hits people. Okay? Penetration is still reasonable, but not nearly as high as a normal AK-47 bullet. If you ever seen a regular AK-47 bullet, they're actually kind of sharp.
Yeah, they look like fucking...
They look like, they're kind of sharp looking, okay? The AK-47 is definitely a bad choice without this bullet design and may be still with it. other gun, if I get one, AR-15. Pretty much any variation of this gun doesn't heat up nearly as fast as the AK-47. The round of this gun isn't designed to fragment, but instead tumbles inside a target, causing lethal wounding. This gun is probably better, but I wanted to explore different options. The AR-15 is probably the best gun for military applications, but this isn't a military application. This will be a test of which is more lethal. Either it's fragmentation or tumbling. I didn't spend much time at all preparing for this attack. Maybe a month, probably less. I have done this before and I lose my nerve. I figured that an underprepared attack in a manifesto is better than no attack and no manifesto.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we could probably stop reading this dude's manifesto.
I want to read one more part.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
I want to read one more part. I would never post, you would have to be 40 minutes into the podcast to get this. I don't even know that in the description.
You will put that, yeah.
That I will put that we actually went through the manifesto. But I have enough confidence in the intellectualism
of our audience
that they will be able to see the madness in this. And this is the reason that we're reading this. We're not reading this for shock value or entertainment value. We're literally, and I said this on the Morning Breath podcast, plug. It's important. I go to these 8chan and 4chan message boards.
Just to see how
they think. So this is important, and I've always been one of those people. I like serial killers, not like them, but you know what I'm saying. I like to step into the mind of them and see, what drives a person to this point, even if it is madness. I like to see how mad people think. So I think it's important that we actually read this, so you see. This is how the other side is thinking. And you're probably working with a white male who frequents these type of websites.
Yeah.
Very funny.
Or come across.
Yeah. Or come across. I ain't going to say what I was about to say. But I want to read this last paragraph about the reaction. This is the last one. All right. But reaction. Statistically, this is what he expected to come from the attack in El Paso. He says, statistically, millions of migrants have returned to their home countries to reunite with the family they lost contact with when they moved to America. They come here as economic immigrants, not for asylum reasons. All right. So basically, he's saying they come here to make money. They ain't coming here because of danger. This is an encouraging sign that the Hispanic population is willing to return to their home countries if given the right incentive. An incentive that myself and many other patriotic Americans will provide. Not I hope.
Yeah, he said.
No, there will be more attacks like this coming.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. This will remove the threat of the Hispanic voting bloc, which will make up for the loss of millions of baby boomers. We've said this before on the podcast. The white man is in survival mode. He's literally stating it right there. Literally in that sentence.
Loss of a million baby boomers.
Bruh. Loss of millions of baby boomers. If you look at it, it was funny when we were in Pennsylvania, we would see these clans. Like when I say clans, like mom, dad, 5 kids. And I was talking to my girl and she like, yo, that's their survival instinct kicking in. And I don't think they even realize it. They're having more children than we're having. Black people ain't having 5, 6, 7 kids.
No more.
You know what I'm saying? These white folks are. So you see all of this happening, all right? He says, this will also make the elites that run corporations realize that it's not in their interests to continue to piss off Americans. And when he says Americans, he means white people. Corporate America does not need to be destroyed, but just shown that they are on the wrong side of history, that if they don't bend, they will break.
Yeah.
Manifesto of a madman. Literally. And there's more to it.
Yeah, all this shit is being put into these people's minds. Like you it's being put into their minds. It's being put into their minds by the president. You can't take that away. It's being put into their mind by the internet. And it's just they want to feel like this.
Yep.
You can literally drive yourself crazy by taking in only one type of information. But that doesn't mean you have to have a strong mind to be able to go to both extremes. You get what I'm saying? Like it's honestly best to play in the middle. And play like right leaning and left leaning. But because once you go to that right wing extreme and that left wing extreme, you have to be strong enough to really decipher the information and figure out what the fuck they're saying.
Yes, sir. All right.
Next topic.
Next topic, moving on to something lighter. All right. A headline that has been going around. NCAA issues rules for agents of NBA hopefuls. All right. So the NCAA has basically issued new rules for agents who want to talk to college kids who are thinking about going to the NBA.
Which is, go ahead.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Read this.
Okay. Reading for ESPN.com, the NCAA issued a memo to agents Monday outlining new certification requirements to represent players testing the NBA draft waters. In the memo obtained by ESPN, the NCAA outlined new criteria for agents. Here they are. A bachelor's degree. That's number fucking one. NBPA certification for at least 3 consecutive years, which you can't get without the bachelor's degree.
Yeah.
All right. And professional liability insurance in completion of an in-person exam taken at the NCAA office in Indianapolis in early November. So you put in there, all right, the need for a 4-year degree, a need for NBPA certification for at least 3 consecutive years. Who knows what you have to do to get that? You probably have to work for some existing firm that's probably grandfathered the fuck up.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Because normally when you have to do something like that, you have to, it sounds like some sort of, not an internship, but normally how you have to work when you are a broker, you have to work under a brokerage. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure that's something of that nature. Professional liability insurance, that ain't shit, whatever. But completion of an in-person exam taken at the NCAA office in Indianapolis in early November. What does this sound like they're trying to stop?
They're trying to basically, this is definitely called the Rich Paul rule.
Yep. This says, the bachelor's degree requirement has led some to refer to it as the Rich Paul rule. Paul, who represents LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Ben Simmons, Draymond Green, among others, and recently bought his Clutch Sports Group under the United Talent Agency umbrella, began working with James a couple of years after high school and didn't graduate from college. All right? So it's clearly to stop niggas like Chris Paul. They basically don't want that same scenario to start happening going forth because he set such a model for how to handle your homeboy's business that other niggas might think they could do that.
Well, here go the crazy part, right? 2 things. One, they really can't stop that shit.
Nah, they can't, because all he'll do is get a proxy with those requirements.
You ain't gotta get a proxy.
Yeah.
You ain't got a nigga. Once I fucking, if I'm doing a one and done player, you can't stop me from. I'm testing the waters. If I'm fucking, Zion Williams, I'm not staying in college. So yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want.
Shout out to Rich Paul, too, Cleveland boy right there.
Second, you know what the weakest part is? You know how this is like the weakest shit ever? Because it's only for the NBA.
It's only for the NBA.
So that lets you know
what it's for.
What they trying to stop. Because they know that they won't do this shit with NCAA football.
Yep.
They already put in a rule where you basically got to be 3 years removed from high school to get into the NFL.
So, according to the new NCAA criteria, Paul wouldn't be able to represent underclassmen testing the NBA draft orders. LeBron James weighed in via tweet. Bunch of laughing faces. Can't stop, won't stop. They big mad and scared. Nothing will stop this movement and culture over here. Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag the Rich Paul rule.
He right. Like, what you gonna do? You gonna be like, all right, Zion Williams, since you can't come back to school, I'm not coming back to school.
I'm already not coming back.
Yeah, or I'll just fucking pay fucking tuition, regular tuition. I'm about to be a millionaire.
It says men's basketball student athletes who are considering careers in professional basketball but who may want to return to school are only permitted to accept permissible agent services from NCAA certified agents with a signed agent agreement. But like you said, Rich Paul is picking niggas who we know ain't coming back.
Yeah.
That shit's not stopping anything.
No, it's not. It's not. The only thing it's stopping is like a nigga that go to, one of these small colleges, or it might be like a second round pick, or might have to like be a walk.
He's trying to test the waters, but he wants to go back to school.
Yeah. So yeah, fuck that.
If it don't work out.
Here go the other part about this rule that the whole rule is some bullshit. But you gotta think about it like this. I fucking forgot my train of thought. that fast. I had something killer
You had
too.
some fire.
I had some fire too.
You had another point to back it up.
Yeah, I had another point. No, I mean the rule is clearly some bullshit. Like you can't stop these people from going. I got my point back.
Okay.
The NCAA is about to fucking cannibalize itself. Mm-hmm. Because at this point now, you're not playing college players to play. Now you put this shit in. All it's going to take is an amateur league to come and say, we will pay the players.
Yep.
If they did that shit in football, there is no fucking point. All your alma maters that y'all love and shit would go down the fucking drain.
Yep.
That's why there's never been an amateur league in football.
And I'm sure they will work very hard to make sure that never, ever, 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 ever happens.
Yeah, because the thing is this, like, the more and more players want to get paid, we both proletariat people, but you get what I'm saying? Like, if people really decided to take a stand, they could shut down the whole NCAA.
Yeah, we've been saying that. The other, this is like a prime example of you see me winning the race, so you move the finish line.
Yeah.
You literally move the finish line. You got to have a degree. We know how we get these niggas. This
is a clear example. That term is called rent seeking.
Yeah.
Rent seeking. So if you don't know what rent seeking is, right, 'cause it was basically what KNYCE just said. Instead of us just retiring or us saying like, oh, okay, this person is coming to the race or winning the race, we changed the rules completely.
Yep. Change the rules completely. So big shout out to the Rich Paul rule. That nigga's a hustler. Y'all ain't about to stop shit. Y'all ain't about to stop shit.
Well, you can't, because the thing is this, and if in my mind, if I'm Zion Williamson or I'm a top player in any fucking sport, I'm gonna be like, yo, I just pay my boy now.
Yeah.
That sparks the idea. Oh, you want to stop this? Let me get my rebellion on. I'm gonna pay you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yo, be my agent.
Literally.
What does it take? Oh, okay, just do some studying. That's all they doing.
That's all. Literally, you got to do some studying and just learn the market. That's how they've traditionally kept a black man out. I believe that's an Italian-run arm of the business.
What?
All right, the
agency?
sports agencies and shit.
I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked, but
Yeah, I believe there's a lot of Italians working in it, which means it's probably mafia money. You know what I'm saying? At some level of it or whatever. So that's traditionally how they've kept niggas out. You a crime boss or whatever, and you want your son to be legit in the sports world, you got money to send him to school. You know what I'm saying? There hasn't been traditionally a lot of black agents. I don't think we got to say a whole lot more to it. Big shout out to Rich Paul for being the best.
That's interesting that you mentioned that, because I was listening to a podcast. Shout out to Malcolm Gladwell, the GOAT. But he was talking about how people think that there's people, like mafia people, wanted to do a life of crime. But really all they wanted to do was set up their family to be legit. That's why you have stuff like you can watch Making the Mob on VH1, because everybody's legit. Like their grandfather did this shit, so y'all wouldn't have to do it. Just the same thing as
the Kennedys.
Yeah, exactly.
Same exact thing. Notorious bootlegger. That's how he made the money. And then he made sure his children went legit. That's what dope boys should be doing. If you're going to live that life, my nigga, make sure that your kids is set up to be able to go to college to secure the family legacy going down the road. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Rich Paul, though. We actually do have one more topic that we need to talk about. All
circumcision. Right. Why you shouldn't get it.
No. Actually, we got to talk about this top 50 list that popped up out of nowhere, and nobody knows who the original author of the list was.
People were saying it was Joe Budden.
It was definitely Joe Budden.
I think it was Joe Budden.
I think it was Joe Budden, bro. Joe Budden was bored one night and was like...
Because you got to think about it. Look how far the list spread. It's not going to spread from like Tim in Syracuse.
Bruh, so this list, top 50 greatest rappers of all time. This is the original list, okay? We're going to do the first top 10, okay? Maybe the top 10... First top 10 and the bottom top 10. We'll do from this list.
And we'll see. Ask me if I agree or disagree.
1, Jay-Z. Agree?
I mean, I think Nas is better. But
okay. But 1, 2, yeah, that could be interchangeable. Okay, so number 2, Nas. Number 3, Joe Budden.
That is definitely.
Would not even be in the list, bro.
Yeah, he wouldn't be on the list.
Wouldn't even be in the list. Number 4, Styles P.
Yeah, that.
Wouldn't even be on the list.
He could possibly be on the list, but it's towards the bottom.
Nah. Number 5, Black Thought. Yeah, but towards the bottom. He's a rapidy rap ass nigga.
I like rapidy rap niggas.
Number 6.
No.
Hell no. Fabulous?
No.
Get the fuck out of here, bruh. Hell no. Number 7, Jadakiss. On the list, but definitely not number 7. And definitely not above Biggie at number 8.
Nah, definitely not above Biggie.
Number 9, Ghostface Killer. No.
He would be on the list, but not that high.
Top 30, maybe.
Yeah.
Number 10, Kendrick. I would definitely put him in the top 10. Possibly around number 5 or 6.
I would have him probably about 5.
Okay. We can agree on that. Now, let's do the bottom.
Where's Kanye?
Bruh, not on the list.
Yeah,
that's how you know Joe Budden made his shit.
Yeah.
All right. That's definitely some bullshit, bruh. And I'm going to tell you why it's some bullshit. The bottom 10, okay? Number 40, AZ. Possibly on the list. Number 41, Mace.
No.
Not on the list.
No,
maybe top 100, not top 50 though, bruh. 42, Stack Bundles. Get the fuck out of here,
This was a nigga that was in like the Bronx,
bruh,
under the fucking like under the ground in the sewer writing the list,
bruh.
Like, yo, son, I'm about to fucking fuck these niggas up with this list.
Game up, nigga.
Yo, son, mad for real.
Speaking of Georgie, hey, come over here, Georgie. Nigga was in this fucking sewer like it.
Yeah. Hey, Georgie, what the fuck you think about my fucking list, son? Son, what the fuck you think about my fucking list,
Georgie,
son?
What you think about Daz Effects at number 43, son?
Yo, for real, son. I honestly think 49 should be Royal Flush.
Bruh. If you want to keep it real, Kool G Rap really should be number 4.
Yeah.
For real.
Real talk, I ain't even gonna lie, but Graph lightweight number 17.
Shit. And don't make me bring up my nigga fucking Red Cafe, bro. Red Cafe, Mano, the list goes on and on, my nigga.
Honorable mention, Rampage, son.
The last Boy Scout.
Damn.
Number 43, 8 Ball. Dope rapper. I'm happy you gave a nod to the South. But whoever wrote this, I feel like you put that in there just because. Number 44, Big Pun. Way higher. Should be probably top 20.
At least top 25.
Yeah. Number 45, The Game. I'm not putting The Game on this list. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
Game.
Bro, you take away. No, you looking at the second list.
I'm looking at the second list because I was just tripping off of the name.
Number 46, LL Cool J.
Definitely should be higher.
You think higher? Okay.
Definitely should be higher.
Number 47, Rick Ross. I would keep him about there.
Yeah, definitely Rick Ross would be about there.
Yeah.
But dog, LL Cool J should lightweight be top 25.
I'm going to say on the pioneer level.
Because you got to think about it like this. Like, the nigga came out in 1985 and was relevant all the way up until 2002 musically.
Yeah, musically. No, that's a fact. Okay. Number 48. Would you put him higher? 50 Cent. I would think I would probably keep him about there.
I would keep him there too. The thing with 50 Cent is you really going off of 1, maybe 2 albums.
Yeah, you really are. But impact on the culture was huge, okay?
Yeah.
Huge. I mean, you still got to talk about the man, and he doesn't even make music anymore. All right, number 49, Busta Rhymes.
That's more your speed. You was a big Busta fan.
I was a Busta fan. I would probably have him in the 40s, though. Even though amazing rapper, you know what I'm saying?
And long career, because remember, he started with Leaders of the New School.
Yep, I would definitely have him on the list. Number 50, I would not put this person on the list. Lloyd Banks. No.
Yeah, no, it's no fucking way Lloyd Banks should be on.
No fucking way. All right. In true New York nigga fashion, because all of them are experts on hip hop, Ebro countered the list. All right. He made a handwritten list with his top 50.
Which, let me say this, I'll just go with the 50 right here. That's some bullshit.
Number 50?
Yeah, number 50 is some bullshit.
Yeah, we're going to, hold on. Let's do the same thing, all right? So we're going to go through the top 10 and then the bottom 10, all right? Mm-hmm. Top 10. Number 1, Jay-Z. Number 2, Big. Number 3, Nas.
You can't really argue
I don't argue with niggas when they got those as the top 3. I'm not going to argue. All of them are interchangeable to me, all right? Number 4, Andre 3000. I can agree with him being in the top 10.
Yeah, I definitely could agree with him being in the top 10. I feel like a lot of cats put him in that top 5. They kind of put him as like the best MC from the South. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. I think he said a lot of quotables, which would make you that, but sometimes his flows wasn't as good as like Big Boy had a better flow than him. He just had better lyrics.
He had better lyrics. Big Boy definitely had, well, I'll say Big Boy had a more conventional flow. Okay. I don't know that I would necessarily say better though. Number 5, KRS-One.
See, now this is
he should be on the list.
He should be on the list, but at what number, though? Because it's one of them things like, nigga, to be real.
Top 25?
Yeah, I fuck with KRS-One.
Yeah. I think niggas really give KRS-One that respect. Don't get it twisted. He got some flamers, you know what I'm saying? He got some joints. But I think they really... What's a flamer?
I don't know. I was poetry.
No, I thought you said pause.
No, I said poetry.
Oh, okay. I was about to say a flamer is no, I guess a flamer could be.
Yeah,
pause,
well,
right?
pause.
No, he got some heat. No, you know what I'm saying? So definitely some heat rocks. But I think people give him, more credit on his philosophical side, his poetical side.
Spiritual side.
Yeah, that type of shit, all right?
We're going to build a church of hip-hop.
Number 6, Kendrick. Long as he in the top 10, I ain't going to argue. Would you put J. Cole in the top 10? I would not.
I wouldn't put J. Cole in the top 10 either.
I would not.
I don't think J. Cole has revolutionized hip-hop like Kendrick has.
I would probably take J. Cole out take Lloyd Banks out of that last list and put J. Cole at 50.
Yeah, or put J. Cole somewhere in there.
Yeah, he could be in there, but I don't know. Number 8, Tupac. I'm not mad at that.
See, because Tupac is better than J. Cole.
Yeah, he definitely is. But, Tupac should definitely be higher than J. Cole. Number 9, Rakim. I ain't going to argue with niggas. Is Eminem top 10?
To me...
That's what I said on the morning breath I wanted to ask you the most. Is Eminem top 10? I say no.
I put it like this. He's not top 5. I can argue that he's in the top 10.
You can argue it. I would put him more top 25. Top 20.
I at least give him top 20.
Top 20, maybe.
I fuck with that last album.
I want to keep going with Ebro's list. 11, Prodigy. Not that high.
No, not that high.
12, Raekwon, not that high.
Let me say this. Let me stop you. His list is not as egregious as the last.
No, it's definitely not.
Because the last list was like every nigga that was on a K-Slay mixtape.
Right.
Top 50 of all time, nigga.
Nigga, Desert Storm, number 35, nigga. The whole clique, nigga.
Big Mike.
Shout out to my nigga, my son, nigga.
Yeah.
All right.
Honorable mention.
Rapper Big Noy, nigga.
Yo, son.
What up, cousin?
Off top, nigga, Cormega is like fucking 39, son.
Shit, put my nigga Nature on the list, nigga. Fuck you mean, nigga?
Fucking Sauce Money is 42, son.
Sauce Money, my
Sauce
nigga.
Money is fucking 42,
Sauce motherfucking, nigga, all right?
Paul Kane?
Nigga, don't forget about the Rangers, nigga.
Yeah.
From old Rockefeller days, nigga. What, nigga?
Hold on, wait. How you gonna have to listen and not have JoJo Pellegrino on the list, nigga?
Hey, what's the one fat Spanish nigga, bro, from Slaughterhouse? Joel Ortiz, nigga. Joel Ortiz, the greatest to ever do it, son.
Yeah, and Cuban Link, nigga.
Terror Squad.
Nigga, Capone ain't out on this list? Nigga, hey, yo, son, how the fuck is Capone not on the fucking list?
How the fuck is Capone not on this list, bro?
Yeah.
How's my nigga Tragedy Gaddafi not on this list, bro?
My nigga, how the fuck is Milkbone not on this list, son?
Bruh, where the fuck is the Cocoa Brothers when it comes to this list, my nigga? Fucking Smith and Wesson, nigga. The boot camp clique, nigga.
Damn, nigga.
Fucking Helter Skelter, nigga.
The Grave Diggers, nigga.
Nigga, some buckshot on this motherfucker.
Nigga, Capadonna is not 26.
Nigga, where the fuck is you got at on this list, bruh? This ain't no real list, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Poor Righteous Teachers, nigga.
Nigga. All right. We can keep going too, bro. Yeah. Hey, yo, so number 13, Ghostface, not that high. Number 14, Big Pun. I'm not mad at him being in the top 20. 15, Mos Def. Sleeper right there. He should be top 50. I give it to him.
Top 50. See, this list is actually, it's a good list because it's hard to put it together.
Yeah.
I think we'll come across some.
I don't see nobody on this list that had. Well, actually, I do. Let's go to the bottom 40, bro.
Well, hold on, wait. I'm a point. He got Fabulous at 23.
I don't think Fab should be on this list at all. I agree with Beanie Siegel being on the list at 27. I can't be mad at Drake being on the list at 28. All right, Busta Rhymes 30. Remy Ma, I'm not putting her on the list.
I'm not putting her on the list.
I'm not listening
because you got MC Light.
Yeah, I'm not putting.
You know what I mean? You got Queen Latifah.
You got Little Kim. You gonna put fucking Remy Ma on the list before Little Kim, my
nigga?
Yeah. That's his girl. He had to put that on there. All right. Number 38, T.I. No, 32, T.I. I don't know that I would put T.I. in the top 50.
I got one person that stuck out to me as being egregious.
Who?
43.
No, that's who I was getting to.
Yeah, okay.
I was getting to
Keep
him.
going.
Yeah, I was definitely getting to that. That's egregious as fuck. 34, Nicki Minaj. Would you put her in the top 50?
Not over Kim.
Not over Kim. All right. I wouldn't put Nicki over Lil Wayne. He got Lil Wayne at 35 and Nicki at 34.
Would you put Lil Wayne in your top 20 or top 10 or top?
I'm going to put Wayne in my top 30. 36, Snoop Dogg. Definitely should be higher.
Are we sleeping on Fabulous?
Clearly we are.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan, bro. I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan like that, all right? He's cool, all right? 37, Big Boy. Good to see him on the list. 38, Slick Rick. 39, Ice Cube.
Definitely should be higher.
Definitely should be higher. Ice Cube, definitely. Top 20.
Yeah, definitely top 20. 2 classic albums, NWA.
Yeah. If I was going to take one of these old niggas out of the top 20, bro, it could be Prodigy. It could be Raekwon. It could be fucking Big L. Big L was I'll leave him in the top 20.
Nah, Big L not top 20.
You don't think so?
Nah, Big L was just a punchline rapper.
He
was a great punchline rapper, but you gotta think about it. It's no Big L classic album.
No. There's not. I mean, the closest you're going to come to a Big L classic record is Flamboyant Freestyle, in my honest opinion.
You talking about the one with Jay-Z, right?
No. Flamboyant Freestyle was... Make sure my mic is loud and my production is right.
You better watch me around
your girl if you ain't fucking her right. Yeah, that shit was hard, for real. Okay, bottom 40. Number 40, E40. Do you think he should have been in the top 50? I ain't see that one coming. I wouldn't. If I hadn't seen it on this list, I wouldn't count him in the top 50.
I wouldn't count him, but you got to think he has had a long career, and he was
and in the Bay
to the Bay.
Yeah, he's still that nigga. All right, so I'm not mad at it. 41, Common. I think he should be on the list. 42, Meek Mill. I'm not putting him on this list, bro.
Yeah, Common should be higher.
Yeah, Common should be higher. 43, Wale,
should
bro.
not be on the fucking list.
Should not be on the list at all. 44, Lupe Fiasco. Shouldn't be on the list. I'm sorry. 45, Chuck D. I ain't mad at it. 46, Bun B. I ain't mad at it. 47, Killer Mike.
I actually fuck with Killer Mike hard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Top 50 rapper of all time, bro.
Here go the thing. We would have to list out like 100 rappers.
And then go from there.
Yeah, go from there. Yeah. Because the thing is, like, Wale, that... You already know that's like some pandering shit.
Yeah, that's definitely some pandering shit, bro. He definitely put some people in here that he likes personally.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? As people. 47, Killer Mike. 48, Styles P. 49, 50 Cent.
This is
50, Kanye West. Definitely should be top 20, my nigga.
No, Kanye West should be top 10.
Yeah, no, that's a motherfucking fact.
Top 10. The thing is this, like, no matter how you feel about Kanye West and the Magna Hat, you can't deny the fact that this motherfucker has made some great music. Mm-hmm. Like, he's literally... You can't take away what Kanye West did for hip-hop.
Nah.
Because, like I've said before... Actually, I said it in the article. Before Kanye West, it was nothing but blam, blam, kill niggas, blah,
hyper
blah, blah, blah,
masculinity, bro.
Yeah.
Super toxic masculinity.
Yeah, definitely.
It was no place for middle class men or boys like me and you
to listen to hip hop.
You can
listen to it.
Yeah, we had to be listening to some shit that we would never do in our everyday life, bro.
Exactly.
It would be like watching a movie. Then Kanye West came along and there was shit you could actually relate to.
Like going to college.
Niggas not a nerd, but niggas not a thug either.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly.
I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, and it was like that before with Tribe Called Quest, but it was nobody recent that was doing it like that. The only people that was doing it recent, they wasn't that mainstream, was Little Brother.
Yeah, big shout out to Little Brother.
Yeah, but
I'm shocked niggas ain't put Fonte on the list.
Yeah, that
Tigger Low.
He from North Carolina. You know them niggas ain't gonna get no love.
Nah, they don't get no love, bruh. Big shout out to the baby.
We should do a top 10 producer list.
Hey, we got a topic for next week.
All right, there
we have it. This has been the Last of a Dying Breed podcast, episode 70, motherfucking one. All right, make sure you follow the gang at the Low B Podcast on Instagram and on Twitter at DJ Step ONE on Instagram and Twitter at DJ KNYCE NYCE, yes, with a Y, at SK Creative Studio at My Morning Breath. All right, be sure to hit them links in bio. Be sure to share with a friend. Be sure to share to a story. Like, comment, subscribe, leave us a rating, leave us a review. We love all that shit, and we'll make sure we read it on the show. This is the Last of a Dying Breed podcast. We out this bitch.